I'm a good bowler. Like, you're using your right arm a lot, and sometimes you need to rest it. You can't just start bowling with your left. So for me, I bowled a perfect game twice in my life. I'm only using right hand. You need that rest.
That was the worst analogy I ever heard in my life.
No.
Yeah, I think so too.
Think
How good a bowler are you, Kenny?
I'm probably like a 190 bowler.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
I
consistently.
don't buy that either.
Me either.
Okay.
Are you a good bowler, Shaq?
Yep, good serial bowler.
Oh!
The starting lineup for the visiting Portland Trailblazers. At power forward, Carl Landry. At point guard, Tony Roten. At center, Marcin Gortat. At the other guard position, Victor Oladipo. At the other forward position, Paul George. The head coach of the visiting team is Terry Stotts. Shooting guard, standing 6'8", number 23, Mario Hezonja. At the power forward position, 6 feet 10 inches, number 15, Derek Favors. The other forward position, standing 6'8", number 8, Rudy Gay. At the other guard position, at 6'6" number 20, Kobe Bryant. The other guard, at 6'3", number 1, Derek Rose.
Hello and welcome everyone to another exciting edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Last game for the Warriors, they pick up the W against the Jazz.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. They've got Paul George. Oladipo is out there with Tony Roten. Then there's Carl Landry, and it's Gortat in at the center, locking down the middle. Shot clock at 6, and it's denied. Nobody near Gay. No good from outside. The Trailblazers on offense, defeated by the Wizards in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And in that game, guys, their three-point shooting really was their own worst enemy. Even when they got the open looks, they just had an inability to knock them down.
And, guys, you've seen it happen to every team. You have to be a threat from beyond the arc nowadays, and if your team goes cold, it really can sabotage your game.
Everyone understands the importance of Paul George to the ball club. That's why taking his offensive game to the next level would be so beneficial.
Yeah, he has all the physical tools, the instincts, and obviously he has made those strides. But if he wants to become a top 5 guy, he's still got a little bit of work to do in terms of his game.
For my man PG, Paul George, so much focus has been on extending his range, but ever since he started launching over 5 3-pointers a game, he shot under 43% from the field. Maybe time for him to balance out that shot selection.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
I had a a chance to catch up with Terry Stotts. He said a big part of their focus defensively will be on trying to contain Rudy Gay, adding, he presents some challenges because he can shoot over the top and also he's a tremendous finisher inside. We've got to force him to that left hand, but I'm hoping we won't have to double too much because they have plenty of other guys who can knock it down. Kevin, the challenges are full.
Thanks, Doris.
And guys, talking about Paul George, the continued improvement of his ball handling is key to generating more offense. That was a weakness of his coming out of college. He's worked on it, but making it a strength the way LeBron has would go a long way toward getting him to that next level.
To the inside, Favors. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try because somebody might have got their feelings hurt. And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Oladipo dishes to Landry. And the rejection by Favors. Now here's Kobe, the fast break opportunity. And Rose, wide open. He shoots. And finished off by Gay.
He sniffed out that board and then powered it back in.
Pure Mike Clark, so strong going back up with that one.
Playing to his strength, too, guys. That's what he's capable of.
Now here's George. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Washington.
And what I enjoyed when watching that game was the way he balanced getting his shot and also incorporating his teammates.
Here's Azania. Paul George making his last shot.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one almost always deadly when he's that open. And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Quickly, let's bring up the list of the top rookie three-point bombers in the NBA. And you look at Azania. He's absolutely deadly from outside.
With the way he shot the ball from long range, he's earned his reputation as the top marksman of his class.
And, you know, one of the things I've taken note of is the way he separates from defenders just enough to create space for a shot. He's got a quick trigger, he's accurate, and he's deadly. Boy, he's a scary asset from behind that arc.
Kobe passes to Azania. Takes it from 10. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Now here's Gay. A 20-point game for him in the win against Utah.
And 3 blocks on the game as well. I mean, he was going all out and making plays defensively.
Here's Oladipo to the inside. Here's George. Bryant with the rebound. Rose attacking, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Derrick Rose, unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, has fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
Now here's Roten. 12 points his last outing. It's Gortat with the drive, and the rejection by Favors. Right side, Kobe. The dish to Favors. Shoots. Goes back up. Lays it up and banks it in. Favors has got his second bucket.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
And Oladipo kicks to Roten. There's a screen by Gortat. Oladipo misses.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Gay passes to Hezonja. Golden State moving the ball around. Stolen by George. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And he gets it to go. George has got his second basket of the night.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Here's Hezonja. Boy, he was something else against Utah. Rose can't hit.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Now Roten following the three-point attempt by Derrick Rose. There's the pick. Back to George. The three. Derrick Rose grabs the miss.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And the Warriors with some changes. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Bryant. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Rose. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for the Trailblazers. Young comes in for Victor Oladipo. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Hezonja. Portland leading to the paint. Here's Gortat. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Not much defense to speak of yet here, guys.
Nope, it's been all offense, fellas, all the time here early.
And George, here we go. No good. The Warriors go the other way with it. They traveled to Portland last time they faced the Trailblazers and came away with the win.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnovers.
And that really was the difference. I mean, it requires a ton of energy to play that harassing style. It'll be interesting to see if they can do it again tonight.
Now, here's George. After the miss from Nikola Pekovic. Screen by Young. Shot clock at 6. Stoudemire dishes to George. Shoots. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Warriors have gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Got that one up quick. And that's now 6 points for Rudy Gay.
3 of 4 to start. Young fella came to play.
Here's Roten after Rudy Gay's bucket. Screen by Young. Pass to George. Fires from deep. George missing again.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Olynyk, he's checked in for the Warriors. Prince comes in for Rudy Gay. And Portland with the change here, too. Boozer, he's checked in for Gortat. Now, here is Young. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And George, here we go.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
For 3, Barbosa, and that one's good. Barbosa's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck, how about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
That's not the visual I was looking for right now, but there have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for George. Since the All-Star break, he has been superb, averaging about 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. And he's a threat to go off in any game from anywhere.
Some guys just have the gift, and he's one of them. You need points, he's your go-to guy.
And so he hits both. Trailblazers trail by 4. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Here's Boozer. And that one's drained from the low block. Boozer's got his first bucket in this one. Golden State's gone 4 of 8 on their 3-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside. Here in the first quarter, Olynyk knocks down the 3 ball. And the Warriors lead by 5.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Now, here's George. He's got 6. The 17-footer. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Here's Beverly. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Utah.
But his passing just blew me away. I mean, to see him operate their offense that way was a breath of fresh air.
And it's Young. That time on the assist from Roten. Young's got his first points of the night.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we can see right there why he does.
Trailblazers trail by 3. And George kicks to Roten. The pass to Stoudemire. They set the pick. Left side, George. George missing again.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
For 3, Barbosa. Carlos Boozer pulls it in. Young against Barbosa. Boozer goes in, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That's on Nikola Pekovic.
You know, for Carlos Boozer, last year was a bit peculiar. I mean, after being a key player for several playoff teams throughout his career, he landed on the Lakers where the playoffs were nowhere in sight. Tough environment for a veteran to succeed in.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Reggie Evans, he's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Harris comes in for Tayshaun Prince. And it's McCallum in for Leandro Barbosa. And a switch here also for Portland. Fournier is checked in. And getting back to Boozer, last year he was claimed off amnesty waivers by the Lakers. Now, Los Angeles paid $3.25 million of his salary, while the Bulls paid the remaining $13.5 million of his salary.
And getting away from the contract, you know, he actually had a decent year. Shot over 50% from the field. Strong rebounds per minute average. I mean, he's a professional. He went in and did his job.
Now, here's Roten. He's got 6. He had a nice open look right there. Young's got his second basket of the game. 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's McCallum. That 3 off the mark. Trailblazers trail by 3. Roten, the pass to Young. Takes it off the glass. Young's got 6.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
McCallum. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Warriors lead by 1. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And Kobe Bryant dealing with the wear and tear of decades in the league. He talks about how he remains effective. Well, Kobe's age, and with the 2 years worth of injuries, is coming back for him just a matter of great adjustments? Or is that another way of saying he has to limit everyone's expectation, including his own?
You know what? When it comes to Kobe Bryant, history has shown that the normal rules just don't apply. I think it's the rest of the league that's going to have to adjust to a well-rested and still very lethal Black Mamba.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
It's just been a long-range battle for them and one that they're winning right now.
Yeah, sharp shooting from deep, a big part of why they're up.
He got his own yet. Rose is out there with McCallum. Then there's Harris. And it's Evans in at the 4-man position. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. Here's Azania. There's the feed to Harris. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Harris has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Right now, they've got that field goal percentage up in the low 50s.
Putting it together offensively, looking to build some more momentum.
That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Oladipo.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
And it's Rose missing. The Trailblazers shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Landry with the screen. Oladipo goes in. Here's Gortat, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And here we have some expert playmakers at the 2-guard position. Since the All-Star break, these are the shooting guards averaging the most assists per game. 5th best, Victor Oladipo.
And that list of players just goes to show that great passing doesn't just come from the point. The way those guys distribute the ball from the 2 spot is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, and it may often be overlooked, that skill at the shooting guard position. But if you think back on the all-time greats at that spot on the floor, they were all fantastic passers. Almost all were fantastic passers.
Here's Hezonja. 8 points for him. Rose passes to Hezonja. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
And a moment now to check out some of the numbers for Derek Favors. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. 4th in blocks. And he's truly a force around the rim, ranking among the top 5 in rebounds per game.
Yeah, he's been dominant as a shot blocker all year. He is a dangerous force inside.
That's good. And that's now 9 points for Marcin Gortat.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Pass to Hezonja. And the Warriors miss again.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And George, here we go. Great touch on the 16-footer. George has got 8 points. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
So close.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Here's Hezonja. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. Outside, George to the middle. Puts it up from 12. Gortat misses.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Pass to Hezonja. That's in, coming off an assist from Bryant. 11 points in the game.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
Oladipo dishes to Gortat. There's a screen by Gortat. Here's Fournier, guarded by Kobe. Lets it go from deep. Fournier's shot is off.
Boy, he's got a nice-looking stroke. That almost went in.
Yeah, and a lot of times he'll still knock those down no matter how good the D is.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented. For plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
Portland with the ball, following the score by Golden State. And Oladipo, here we go. And now Kobe running the floor all by himself. Here's Fournier. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Kobe against George. And the rejection by Favors. Gabe with it. He has 6. Outside Rose. That doesn't go either for Rose.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for him.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points. I tell you what, I can't argue with the results, but a little unnecessary to go to the off-balance shot there. You know, if you're looking to build a small forward and there wasn't a LeBron James template, you might go with PG, Paul George. Height, length, athleticism, that combination off the charts with him. And he's got a nice unflappable demeanor, too.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Kobe. And it's Barbosa in for Rose.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Yeah, talking about Paul George, a big part of his dominance, his attitude. He doesn't yell or pump his fist. He's really the quiet assassin.
Yeah, once he maxes out in the weight room, which he will, now that he's in his mid-20s, I think he's going to be an Adonis. I mean, exactly the kind of physique you're looking for in a prototype at the small forward.
Here's Oladipo. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Washington.
And was a force on the defensive side as well. 4 steals over the course of that game.
Here's Oladipo. Here's Landry. And finally they hit one. Landry's got 6 points.
And that put back about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Now here is Barbosa. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Here's Azania. No good on the 3. Portland trailing here. Here's Fournier. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Now, here's George, following the shot by Rudy Gay.
That's his second personal foul. If he gets another, it probably puts him on the bench for the rest of the first half.
Here's Oladipo. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Oladipo's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers. Barbosa kicks to Favors. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Favors got 8. The Trailblazers shooting at just about an even 40% from the field for the second quarter. And George, here we go. And it's Gay with the rebound. Gay's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Azania. And Oladipo pulls it down.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much. They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
They get it back. Landry, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. He's got 8. Here's Barbosa. He feeds it to Pekovic. Here's Azania. Back to Pekovic. Gortat with the steal. Oladipo against Barbosa. Feeds to Gortat. Uncovered. And he gets the jumper to drop. Gortat's got 5 points now in the quarter.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
Dishes it to Pekovic. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Oladipo goes in. The shot no good. So Golden State will take it the other way. Gay, he's open. And it's Golden State with another.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Here's Azania. He's got 11. He dishes it to Barbosa. Gay left side. Shot clock at 5. Here's Favors. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Favors has got the lead up to 6 now for the Warriors. Oladipo, the pass to George. Back to Oladipo. The shot's good on the assist by George. 8 points for Victor Oladipo.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Barbosa kicks to Pekovic. Oladipo against Barbosa. Back to Pekovic. Three-pointer. And Rudy Gay with the three. Gay's got 11.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Outside, George. Andrew with the screen. And George kicks to Fournier. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
I'll tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
Trailblazers trail by 7. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Now here is Barbosa. Kicks to Favors. The dish to Pekovic. Fournier pulls it down. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. He kicks to George. Lets a floater go. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Gay's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period. They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
And George kicks to Oladipo. Leandro Barbosa with the rebound.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
And George, here we go. Got that bucket in no time at all. George has got 4 this quarter.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
Pass to Favors. Here's Azania. Fournier pulls it down. Fournier's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And there's the pass to Gortat. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. They get Derek Favors. And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last 2 seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his size. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Evans comes in for Derek Favors. Harris is checked in for Hazanya. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Leandro Barbosa. Now here's Beverly. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Offensive rebound. And Olynyk kicks to Harris. Nailed from three-point land. Harris has got 11 points.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
And that one's good. 17 points for Marcin Gortat.
You know, getting back to Gortat, he signed that 5-year, $60 million contract a couple of years back. Raised some eyebrows at the time because he's not a supreme athlete, but his size, effort, and refined skill set have made him worth it so far.
Now here's Gortat. 14 points from him the last game against Washington.
Yeah, but I also thought the rebounding was impressive. He got some huge boards in that game.
And here's Beverly on the wing. Harris fires the 3. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. The Warriors on top. They're up by 1. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Kobe, what encourages you in what you've seen from the team's offense?
We're playing hard. You know, our bigs are really working tonight. You know, they're really running the floor well. You know, they're rolling to the basket with a purpose.
Kobe, appreciate the time as always. Gentlemen?
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be breaking down all the action for you. A big night so far for Derek Favors. He had 14 points, 4 block shots, and 7 rebounds. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, one place they had the edge was on the offensive boards. They converted those extra possessions into points. Nothing is more demoralizing to a defense than forcing a miss and then giving up a second attempt. The offensive glass is going to pay big dividends for them.
Looking at Portland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, they've been getting worked on the glass. Out-hustled, out-muscled, out-bustled. Where's the fight? I know they got some tough matchups down low, but if they really want to win the game, they need to crash the boards way harder in the second half.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
You're hot, you're hot. And that's certainly been the case for Gortat. He has 17 points and 2 rejections. It's been a really complete performance for him today.
And Clark, he's made a huge impact at both ends of the floor.
The Warriors leading. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Tony Wroten out there with Victor Oladipo. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Gortat. And it's Landry in at the 4. Now here's Rose. Back to Kobe. No one near him. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Gortat's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Now here's Wroten. Defense right on him. That puts them in the lead. Wroten's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Trailblazers. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose. A quick check now. The 2K leaderboard in the league's best rebounders at the 2-guard slot since the All-Star break. And you look at Hezonja, one of the game's best, second in the league.
Well, it's not easy to do what these players have done in that area, strictly because of positioning. I mean, typically a 2-guard, you're not in tight when a shot goes up, so compete.
Look at that jam! I mean, just beautiful.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Here's Wroten. The feed now to Landry. Pass to Wroten. The wide open look here for Oladipo. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Oladipo against Bryant. Favors with the screen. Kobe dishes to Favors. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Favors has got 16.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Gortat misses.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
A 3 from Gay. That's good, and it's Bryant with the assist. 14 points for Rudy Gay.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
Lets a floater go. Rebound by Rose. Warriors have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And it's a 3-point Warrior lead.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
Shot to stop the run, and he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Warriors call time.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. And the thing, Greg, about Marcin Gortat, He's not a high flyer. He's not a super flexible athlete, but he's one of the best centers in the league because he's tough. And he's worked hard on developing his skills. And he always hustles.
Yeah, and he fights for position down low. A terrific screener, does a lot of that dirty work. And he's also very good at passing the basketball. You know, a lot more skilled, particularly in the pick and roll, than maybe people give him credit for. He can hurt a defense in a surprising number of ways.
The Warriors trailing. Rose with the ball. Now defended by Oladipo. And it's Kobe missing.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Portland moving the ball around. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And let's quickly take a look at the stats for Gabe. He's been on a tear since the All-Star break, going really to another level, averaging about 24 points, 5 assists, and 6 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, he's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer.
And the Warriors making a change here. Pekovic is checked in. Gay against George. Shoots from 14 and off the front iron, and in it goes. 16 points for Gay.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Now a timeout called by Portland. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball is still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Rudy Gay.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
Pekovic with a screen, on its way from Rose for 2, and there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
George against Bryant. Stoudemire left side. Pekovic with the rebound.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And, Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
And, Clark, as we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets, and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
The Warriors have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. Bryant passes to Pekovic. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
Kobe with the brilliant assist that time.
Portland trailing here. Roden kicks to George. Landry with the screen. Passes it to Fournier. Roden dishes to Stoudemire. They get it back. Second shot opportunity. And there's the nice layup by George. George has got 6 here in this quarter.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
For Portland, they've gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. Here's Roden, and the rebound goes to the Warriors.
You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
What an amazing trick shot to confound the defender. Oh, man, that's awesome. He's taking him to school right there.
And the Warriors making a change here. Beverly's checked in. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Boozer, he's checked in for Landry. And Nick Young is subbed in for George. Young outside for 3, Fournier. Derek Favors with the rebound. Favors got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Kobe, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Stoudemire, the screen. Roten kicks to Stoudemire. Boozer wide open. He fires. Portland no good that time either.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Olynyk comes in for Derek Favors. And Harris subbed in for Kobe. Lets it go from 14. Can't hit. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
Back to Beverly. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Barbosa. Makes it off the glass. Barbosa's got 11 points.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
And there before you are the teams that have been absolutely red hot for the last 10 games. The Warriors, number 1.
You have to be impressed with their shot selection. I mean, the discipline on that end and the unselfishness really is what allows those great numbers to show up.
Harris against Young. Here's Boozer. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Greg, and that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
For 3, Barbosa, and it's Barbosa again missing. Trailblazers trail by 9. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Boozer missing again.
Boy, they just cannot take the lid off.
Well, they need a basket in the worst possible way, and they've got to stop this run, and the only way you do that, you got to score yourself.
Young against Beverly. At the elbow, Pekovic. Clock at 4. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. In the corner, it's Boozer. Portland moving the ball around. Stoudemire against Barbosa. Roten the pass to Boozer. It's tipped, but they recover it. From deep three-point range, the Trailblazers rebound. Another miss by Boozer.
And he's clearly just disappeared here this quarter, not making any contributions here with his offense.
And, Greg, it's been hard to watch. I mean, you can see his frustration. He's actually looking forward to the end of this period so he can have a fresh start for the next one.
Trailblazers trail by 9. Feeds to Young. Olynyk with the steal. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. The lead pushed to double digits.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, it's really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
Just not happy with how his team is playing, and they just have been on the wrong side of this run.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? Sometimes just a pause in the action, which is what a timeout can give you, is enough to change things around.
And the Warriors with some changes. Evans, he's checked in for Olynyk. Gay comes in for Harris. And it's Hezonja in for Leandro Barbosa. Oladipo, he's checked in for Portland. Oh, that's blocked.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Oh, guys, what a nice surprise Tony Wroten was last season, especially effective taking over at the point, Clark, with Michael Carter-Williams gone.
Yeah, Wroten put up a career-high 5 assists per game and really worked hard at the defensive end as well. He's one of the few talents on the Sixers roster that hadn't been traded away.
They get the rebound. Stoudemire, and that is good.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
And Beverly kicks to Evans. Pass to Azania. Back to Evans. Here's Beverly. Shot is off. Good D by Boozer.
And for Wroten last season, he even took on more of a scorer's mentality. Went up in points, went down in field goal percentage. But like a boxer, he gets a little extra credit for pushing the action.
And, you know, talking about Wroten, I think the next step in his development is to produce at the same level, but with greater efficiency. Too often, his highlight reel passes led to turnovers. He would gamble defensively, too. That's, to me, just a young player growing up on the job.
Derek Favors checked in for Golden State.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Warriors leading by 9. Here's Beverly. Sweet little floater. Beverly's got 7 points here in this quarter.
You know, the teardrop sometimes is one of those, oh no, oh yeah shots.
Wroten kicks to Young. And the shot is good. Young's got 9.
Well, I tell you what, it's easy to get spoiled watching this fella. I mean, he just makes it look so simple.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Yeah, he looked clumsy on that one. He was not going to get away with that.
Yeah, he climbed all over him. I mean, there's a picture of that one in the officiating manual. So, clear, easy call.
George is checked in for Wroten.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
Trailblazers trail by 7. Here's Young. He kicks it to George. And he banks in the layup. 18 points for him.
And all of a sudden, the shots now falling in bunches. The complexion of this game has completely changed.
Yeah, and that was the only thing that could have brought him back in this game. Everything had to start dropping. And boy, have they gotten on a roll.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Warriors lead by 5. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Now, here's Oladipo. They've got Kobe. Hezonya's out there with Favors. Then it's Rose. And it's Gay in at the small forward. That's the Warriors' 5. Gortat against Favors. Gortat misses.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Trailblazers moving the ball around. Young for 3. And it's Rudy Gay with the rebound. Gay's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Rose can't hit. Trailblazers trail by 5. Young with no one around. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots. And here are the Warriors now. They've led by as many as 14 points. From deep three-point range. And Azania gets it to go. And the Warriors lead by 6.
Now he's just showing off with range like that. That's what I call profile. Incredible.
How about his release, his form, everything flawless.
And Oladipo, here we go. Misses from close range. And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Outside, George. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Outside Landry. Inside, here's Gortat, and the rejection by Favors. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. A different look now for Portland. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Gortat. And Roten subbed in for Nick Young. 5 to shoot. That's short off the rim. Warriors leading by 6. Here's Gay, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Love that dish down low.
For Portland, they've gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Here's Roten. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Wow, and how huge has he been today? Really just giving his team a nice lift.
Yeah, and he's kept them close enough to be within striking range. I mean, the deficit would be much larger if not for the efficiency of his play.
And here's Kobe from the arc. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Stoudemire's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. George. And it's George again missing. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. From deep, Rose, and he gets it to go. And the Warriors lead by 9.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Stolen by Rose.
Defense is all about anticipation, and he had perfect anticipation on that pass and comes away with the steal.
Trailblazers trail by 11. Now a timeout called by Portland. Well, special case, so many records for Kobe, but one he set last season was most misses all time from the floor.
He passed the great Hondo, John Havlicek, for that title. I'm sure John doesn't mind having him pass him up for that
the
one.
Old Buckeye, you're right.
That's right, most misses. But you look at the players on that list, a who's who of NBA stars.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on what Terry Stotts had to say in his huddle. He doesn't think they've been giving it their all, saying they've been quicker to rebounds, to every loose ball. We gotta wake up. The game's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We have got to take control of this thing. We'll see if he lit a fire under them, guys.
They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
Sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield. They are.
They are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good.
And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
He didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Amari Stoudemire, with the change of scenery last season, was bought out by the Knicks, signed with the Mavs midway through the season.
That was the best thing to happen to Stoudemire, in my opinion, Kevin. He got to play playoff basketball again, and we know that wasn't going to happen in New York.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside.
Bryant against Oladipo. On the wing, George. It's tipped. Here's Azania. But they'll get another chance. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. And he can't get the first one.
And for Stoudemire last year, served as a backup big for the Mavs and was still as efficient as ever.
I don't think Stoudemire will ever be what he once was, but he is a valuable big to bring off the bench for a contending team in limited minutes.
And the rejection by Favors.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass. That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
On offense, here are the Warriors. They're on a 19-7 run. Rose passes to Hezonja. Offensive rebound. Favors can't get it to go.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
And Bryant kicks to Favors. Fires, high post. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. Bryant's got his 9th assist in the game now. And it's Roten finishing it off.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunks the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim wrecker.
And it's Rose penetrating. Misses from close range. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Trailblazers trail by 13. Now Roten. Oladipo left side. Looking to get back on track here. And it's blocked by Favors. A good look from Rose. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Rose has got 15 points in just the 2nd half. Roten kicks to Landry. On the wing, George. From 18 feet away. And the rejection by Favors.
He's having a tough quarter scoring the basketball and able to help them close this gap.
They get it back. The Trailblazers shooting 32% in the 4th, perhaps looking a bit tired. Roten dishes to Oladipo. And Victor Oladipo, after a solid rookie campaign, really took it up a notch last season, even after missing Clark the first 9 games with that facial fracture.
I love this kid's gravitas. I mean, he's got a presence about him. His percentages improved across the board, field goal, 3-point free throws. But I like his work ethic and his confidence.
The Warriors making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. Gets the 14-footer to fall.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
But they recover it. And yes, sir, that one drops.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
And it's Bryant at the elbow. From 10 feet out, again, Golden State.
I like the way they're working the ball inside because when you do that, you get higher percentage shots, and typically good things happen.
Roten with it. That one finds the mark. It's the 10th time he's done that tonight on 14 shots.
And that's just taking advantage of some soft defense on that drive. Little resistance for him on the way to the basket.
Here's Hezonja. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. Bryant's got assist number 11 for him here tonight.
And he's on his way to putting up a big 3-point total.
Landry with a screen for Roten. He dishes it to Stoudemire. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Gay outside. The rebound by Paul George. Trailblazers trail by 16. Dishes to Landry. Out to the right wing. Roten. And he's good on the 3-ball. Roten's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Take a look at what Beverly's been doing. He's got 11 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
I love the fact that he plays for his teammates, really spreading the ball around, getting everyone involved.
Gortat's checked in for Portland.
And one thing that I know a lot of fans are worried about is NBA jerseys with ads on them. It's something the NBA has explored more in-depth recently and will be another stream of revenue for the league. He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Kicks it to Gay. Back to Beverly. He feeds it to Favors. Here's Gay. That misses off the backboard. And with the ads on the jerseys, it isn't something that would sit well with the fans probably, but around the globe, almost every other league in the world has ads on their jerseys.
You know, the NBA has shown that they're willing to try new things with jerseys, much like they've looked at other issues. It started with the sleeve jerseys, and advertisements is just another area they're exploring.
And that's an important rebound, especially on a night where the board work has not been their best.
But they're still in this one, fellas. Can they pump it up a notch here in the clutch?
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
And here's Beverly. There's a screen. Favors with the screen. Beverly the pass to Favors. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And Oladipo kicks to George. Portland moving the ball around. Another miss by Gortat.
Kevin, not a single point in this quarter for him. Obviously, not what they need right now. He's got to score.
And the shot is good.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. And that's a good strategy when you're on top.
Well, Clark, you follow international basketball so much, and Mauro Hezonja isn't a new name to you.
No, it's not, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing him do things in the NBA. Only played sparingly up until now, but the talent and skills he possesses, they get your attention.
Well, Hezonja has been playing as a pro since his 14th birthday.
Yeah, it happens that way in Europe.
Derrick Rose is checked in for Patrick Beverly. Trailblazers trail by 14. The shot by George, wide open. Favors with the rebound. Favors got 14 rebounds tonight, going after. Rose with the ball. Now defended by Oladipo. Gay outside. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. 27 points for Gay.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Warriors.
Good point, Steve. And Clark, they had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
I like their fortitude, their toughness, particularly in terms of dealing with adversity. Anytime things didn't go their way, they just put their nose down and stayed with it. And because of that, they were able to pull away.
And in the win-loss column, tonight's game will push their record up to 54 wins on the year.
Just breaking the spirit of their opponent 3 straight times this year. This win is going to give them a perfect 3-0 record, with only 1 game left to go on the season against the Trailblazers.
And so many key players that you could point to tonight, but in particular, a great game for Favors. And the way he rebounded, he surely was a spark for the team as he was securing everything that came off the iron.
First free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that crisply all over the court.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively. The fans are just loving what's going on here tonight. A really good win for the home team.
It sure is. I mean, they kept this crowd in the game, gave them plenty to cheer about, and really used that home court advantage to their advantage.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Derek, first off, congratulations on a very well-played game. It looked like you were having a ton of fun out there.
Oh, it's fun, man. It's always fun to win. I'm just coming out here playing my game, rebounding, defense, that's my game, and Coach trusts me, so I couldn't let him down.
Know your role. It's always good advice, Derek. Thanks for the time. Guys, over to you.
Doris, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Derek Favors.
You know what, Ernie? I must admit it. I didn't see this kind of performance coming from him tonight. He's been coming off a stretch of game where he just looked lost out there. To see him turn around this quickly, it's a nice surprise. Play after play, he was getting after it, making plays, and making it look easy.
There are a lot of fantastic power forwards in today's NBA. And let me tell you, Derek Favors is right there among them. And there are nights like this when he even stands above that crowd. His offensive game is extremely well-rounded. He's solid all around.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.